Album Review, the podcast where four totally unqualified guys review a different album every week in the hope of broadening our knowledge of music. However, we are easily swayed off topic and have no real idea what we are talking about. Today's album
is Hayley Williams' Petals for Armour.
Great.
Woo! Fantastic.
For ages I thought it was Pedals for Armour.
But it doesn't make sense. She can't even ride a bike.
Well, Petals for Armour doesn't make a lot more sense.
You ever seen Dever trying to ride a bike? He just falls off like straight away.
Is that actually true?
He doesn't know. He's always had pedals. You know.
Do you still need training wheels?
Yeah.
This isn't a thing.
Yeah, it definitely is. Denver got on a bike the other day and just sat on it and instantly just tippled over.
It was an exercise bike as well. We don't know how the fuck it did
it was in the gym. I don't know how it happened.
Imagine on the exercise bike and I was just dramatically leaning left and right to try and rock it over.
Do you have like a bike
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Do you have like a bike in the apartment? Like, you know, the little saw bike that he comes in on, and you just ride through the apartment with that. Fuck walking.
Oh, what, you mean a tricycle?
Yeah. No, not a tricycle. The bike that he rides on in Saw.
Yeah,
I've never seen
a tricycle.
The clown bike.
That's not a tricycle. Oh, it is!
It is a tricycle.
It's a tricycle.
I'll take my apology now, Joe Midwood.
In cash.
Apology accepted.
No, you apologise to me.
Oh. Apology accepted.
Right, okay, I don't think you understand this. You
doesn't understand how apologies work.
I told you the correct answer, and then you wah. You
Easy.
Give me an apology.
I apologise.
And I'm sorry that it hurt you so much to apologise.
I'm sorry. Apology accepted.
You're an apology.
So this album, Aidan.
Yeah, I think it's probably the biggest nothing album we've ever had.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear.
I mean,
oh dear.
It's just some new age contemporary art of the indie genre bullshit, and I find it really pretentious.
Pretentious?
Yes.
Pretentious?
I don't
really indie.
I mean, what else would you fucking class this shit as?
Well,
singer-songwriter.
It's not like hippie, isn't it?
Look, hippie. I think the biggest thing I could compare it to is Billie Eilish. And what's Billie Eilish genre?
Indie.
It is
Eilish?
Electro pop.
No, I can understand that, actually, the Billie Eilish comparison.
Maybe a mixture of Billie Eilish and Bieber Doobie.
And Billie Eilish's genre is electro pop. I could kind of see that in this.
A lot of this was like very 80s, I thought. Like,
yeah.
So the backing mainly, not necessarily a voice, but a lot
I
of
thought it was very funk.
Yeah, just like funky 80s style. But which is why I thought Aidan might actually appreciate the back. You haven't actually said anything about the album yet. I'm going to shut up. Sorry. What do you actually think, other than it being?
I know, I'm going to keep talking about how pretentious it is.
Okay, go.
So, like making two songs and then getting all of the chod songs, some of which, mind you, are actually hard to listen to. And, like, not as in, like, they're not well written or anything. It was just their choices of tones and sounds actually assault my ears. And then after all that, some cuck in the studio or record label is like, you know what? We should make this a 3-disc piece of shit. The way that, like, if anyone did, like, any of the trash that they put on this, they'd have to physically swap the discs out. And the director's just like, oh, that's a great idea. What's your name again? And he goes, oh, it's Hitler, sir. Ah, Hitler, you're up for a promotion. Like, fuck me. Just why? Why is it on 3 discs?
I think it's...
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, you didn't have to actually turn the disc out over anything.
No, right. So, but, like, could you imagine if you did buy a hard copy of
Is that true, though? Would you... Because I know it's split up into 3 discs in Spotify, but does that mean it is in real life
yes,
as well?
Yeah,
actually know if it is.
Surely it is.
I don't think so. I think it's just how they've split the album up.
It was how it was released.
Yeah.
All right, well, then go look at it.
I've Googled album review rather than Hayley Williams.
Album review.
Petals for Armour. Like, does the vinyl come on 3? Yes,
What?
it does.
It
The vinyl
does.
comes on 3 vinyls.
Oh.
You're joking.
So there, Joe Midwood's like, oh, I don't think so. I've done no research on this, but I don't believe it.
No, I didn't say for
It
example.
literally
I was like,
says
does
it comes on 3 discs, you son of a bitch.
Literally, I've just searched it up on Amazon, And
here
it's
we
one
go.
disc.
And I've seen it on YouTube comments, and it says, I don't know why this comes on one disc and not three. It's just like, shut your whole mouth, Joe. Anyone can Google me the right answer.
So
if you Google vaccinations cause autism, there'll be one article saying you're right. You don't just start parading it around going, look at me, king of the castle.
Anyway, it is just
King of the castle.
it is just fuck off. It is just one disc. It is literally just one disc. On CD, it is one disc.
Yeah, so I think, to be fair, you can get it as one disc or the 3-disc box set.
No, it's one disc. It says number of discs.
If you go on the fucking Hayley Williams website, you'll see it's on 3 discs.
Wow, fucking Hayley, she's got a website?
No, well, if you go on the Petals for Armour website, I mean, it's sold out, so it must have been like the launch version of it actually comes on 3 discs.
Okay.
You know, almost like it says. I'll accept this apology now, Joe.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Come on, Joe.
Move on!
No, I want to hear it.
It's more expensive to get the 3-disc version.
I want to hear him. I want to hear him say it.
Joe was also right, so there's no point for him apologising.
Thanks, Phil.
Joe Midwood, come on.
Also, I'm on the Hayley website. It says
he's on the Hayley website.
Right, I'm on the Hayley Williams website, and it literally says this bundle includes the Petal for Armour CD, Petal for Armour 1 instant download, and Petal for Armour 2 instant download. So it's the downloadable versions of it.
We look closer, and we're just like, it also says it includes shoes with wheels in them, and then like we just glance further in, and Joe hasn't written Hayley; it says Heelys.
It says Matty Heelys, actually.
Oh. He should bring out a line of Heelys that just has his face on, called Matty Heelys.
Oh, you can get it as a cassette. Who has a cassette player these days?
No, it's like a thing now. Like Kieran got his the 1975 album as a cassette version.
Right. So
That's
then,
really cool.
does that then go back into what I was saying of indie pretentious bullshit?
No.
I don't think it's pretentious. I would say this album
I'd
is
say
an
it's pretty
expression.
Right, okay.
It's clearly
disagree
something
with
she
you.
wanted to explore, right? Or else she wouldn't have gone solo.
No, hold
I
the
think it's
fuck
like
up.
therapy for her.
You cannot class putting shit on cassette as an like a way you want to explore music. You can't.
That's what Joe does.
It is just definitively worse.
I think it's
Just
cool.
because you don't like it, I mean, like, other people don't, and she likes it clearly, or else she wouldn't have made it.
I don't think she cares. I think she's just like, what's so different? All these different people will love it. All these 13-year-old children will be like, wow, this is so cool. I own a cassette player. It's just like, fuck off. No one cares. Music's progressed. It's so
I
much
like
better
things
now.
being on cassette, to be fair.
I know you do, Denver, because you're weird and different.
Yeah.
And that's the point. It's just like, it's so fucking like new age bullshit. I hate it. Being different isn't a personality. Don't try and pretend that it is.
Why did you pick this album then?
Because I'm different.
Nice.
And quirky. Ooh.
I don't know. I don't see it as pretentious, but I don't think there's that. For me, there was like no meaning or anything.
Exactly.
You know
Which
what I mean?
is
Ooh,
basically
I would not say
pretentious.
that at all.
No, there is no fucking meaning for any of it. Joe's right. For once. Joe, I'll accept
Meaning?
your apology now for being right.
No problem.
No
Thank
meaning.
you.
What do you mean, no meaning?
Like none of the songs like had any like
I think you just were not listening.
any theme or meaning or emotion behind it. It was all just random lyrics put together.
It really wasn't.
No,
It does feel like it was, though, half the time.
Mm.
I'd say he's right there.
Thank you.
But then that could be that I basically just didn't want to listen to it after the first listen. So when I slogged through the third one, I was just like, and I don't have to listen to this again because it's bad.
I agree.
And as I say originally, not necessarily just bad from a writing standpoint. Bad as in like the choices of instruments they used and the tones. Anyway, my least favourite could have been literally any of them, so let's just spin the wheel. Denver add spin wheel sound effect. And it's fallen on cinnamon for the fact that it's basically what I imagine a haunted house sounds like.
Or like, you know, one of those like places where you go in with the wacky mirrors.
God, it's a bad song. There were a lot of bad songs.
I had a weird experience with that song. Cause like,
let's throw in a couple.
What are you doing,
obviously,
yeah.
Cinnamon, Creepin' is another bad song.
The thing is, right, we just they are bad, right?
Mm.
But before we started this album review, I feel like you could like remember some of the lyrics quite easily in some of these songs. So maybe it's like, is that a testament to good writing, or is it just because it's so horribly bad that it's ingrained in you?
That one, the last one. I wouldn't say, but the thing is, on disc 2, I wouldn't say there was anything bad on that one. I'd just say it's all just meh. Like, on disc 2 specifically, it's all just, there's not really anything on there.
I would agree with that.
And then on disc 3, you've just got, like, a couple of not great ones, and then just, like, but, like, specifically Cinnamon and Creepin' are just fucking bad.
Wasn't all the stuff on disc 1 just the singles she brought out?
No.
Was it not?
I think she released 2 singles, which was Simmer and Leave It Alone.
No, Simmer and Cinnamon. Cinnamon was a single as well.
Oh, Simmer,
yeah.
The thing is, it's just like, in my opinion, I'm just throwing this right out there now, which basically completely jeopardizes my entire review. But it's like they put the one good song of each CD as the first song of it, and then just left it at that. They're like, the rest of it's just okay. The rest of it's just shit. So, yeah. My third favourite was Pure Love. It's got an 80s feel. It's actually kind of catchy. Second favourite was Simmer. Just chill. Sounds like she's actually trying in the chorus. Okay, that's fine. And number 1 was Dead Horse. Catchy chorus, but shitty lyrics.
Dead Horse?
Yeah. Just catchy. Because
Is that the one that sounded quite reggae?
Sure.
Yeah, it was! It's the reggae one.
So basically, the way that I sort of tried to do this album review is because I couldn't accept any of the songs were good, and I didn't want to listen to the lyrics. I basically just did it by the fact of like Denver's really old method to music. That if I like it upon listen just based on sound, that'll be my favorite. Because in my eyes, there was barely any other redeeming factors for any of these songs. So, yeah, overall, Joe was right. I always do regret and always will regret wasting my choices.
I think, actually, to be fair, Joe, Dead Horse, the reggae thing is valid, actually. It does have a bit of a reggae
Thank
Quite
you.
tropical.
Has a bit of a Reggie feel, doesn't it?
A Reggie.
That's our new word for reggae now.
Reggie.
Oh, someone else is at the fucking door.
It's reggae time.
What the fuck? We're in lockdown.
Fuck
Go away.
me! Bob Marley's back from the dead. Is at your door.
Who's coming? It's lockdown, Will.
Buffalo Soldier. Doesn't matter when you're a ghost.
Sorry, Will, do you want to...
Buffalo Soldier.
I feel bad now.
For what?
It's just... I wanted Will's joke to land. You say it again.
No.
You say that Bob Marley's at my door.
Bob Marley's at your door.
Again.
To be fair, no one even fucking said anything.
No one even acknowledged it.
No,
it took me
that
a
was
second.
so fucking. Like,
that's
dead.
what hurt me. Is because like you were like proper hyped to say it, and I was like,
I think it's because I expected Joe to say something, but he wasn't there.
That's alright.
He's having a fag.
Is she actually here?
I'm here.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you'd gone to answer the door.
That was
my door.
Oh. Why was Joe being so quiet?
Very-
though? I was like waiting for Joe to come back.
Please cut that out because that was fucking painful.
No, I
hate you
I
so
like
much.
that. Yeah,
I'll do it
that
in
was good.
YouTube if you don't fucking do it. I swear to God.
What? And then just crop it so it's just that bit.
Yes.
It's a 2-second video of your
Will going like, "There's Bob Marley at
That's
the
what I
door,"
did last time I
and
tried
then
to
just
do
like
it.
silence.
Right, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Bob Marley was alive. Well, I didn't. I thought he was dead, but then I was like watching this like quiz show the other day, and there was this like guy who like kind of looked like Bob Marley on it. And I
No,
was
Joe,
like,
he's
oh my
called
God,
Big. He's called
I was,
Big Nasty.
I was like, is that Bob Marley? And then Holly was like, no, he's dead, you idiot.
Oh.
And it was
Could be his son though.
And
He
it
got
was a-
cancer in his toe and didn't want to get surgery because of his religious beliefs, and that's why he died.
Tall cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
What was his religious beliefs?
That toes are sacred.
Thou shall not cut off toes.
I think it was.
Sorry, man. It's the only way. I
It's a
cannot
joke,
do it.
but like, I think his whole reasoning was like, because a lot of people believe that you shouldn't have like doctors tend to you, like God should just save you, like kind of thing. So his thing was like, If I survive, it's because of God kind of thing. And obviously he just died.
I guess God wanted him to die then.
Have you seen that people think that James Franco and Bob Marley are like
twins?
Twins, yeah, they look alike. They look exactly the same.
They don't.
They do.
What do you mean?
What the fuck are you sometimes?
Bob Marley and James Franco are the same are the same person.
So you're saying James Franco, the guy who plays the Green Goblin in Spider-Man, looks like Bob Marley?
Correct.
He doesn't actually play the Green Goblin.
He plays a goblin of sorts. Hold on,
He plays the Green Goblin.
Well, he plays the new
It's a
Green
tribute
Goblin.
version of Green
Oh
Goblin.
my god, wow, they both smile.
They
Oh
both
my
have
god,
eyes.
they both have eyes.
They look exactly the
Shit, look at
same.
those teeth. Both have teeth.
Oh my god.
Both have teeth.
Unbelievable. Jim, where the fuck did you get that from?
No.
Google.
I think so. Wasn't Bob Marley black, or is that wrong?
No, he was.
He was
Yeah.
black, yeah.
You don't have to have
James
the same
Franco,
skin
famously
color.
not black.
You don't have to have the same skin color to look the same.
No, that's true.
That's racist.
No, I'd say it's the opposite.
Okay, then put it this way. If you're trying to create a character to like Bob Marley,
Yeah.
probably one of the first things that you're going to change is skin colour.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's not all about
No,
the
not
skin
really.
color, it's the facial
Or
expression
maybe his
as well.
hair's a bit more iconic. Because like I said, I couldn't even remember if he was black or not, so I guess it wasn't that memorable.
I think if you wanted to be Bob Marley, the first thing you need to do is make bad music.
That's not true.
So Hayley Williams is almost there.
Hayley Williams is Bob Marley in my eyes right now.
And then, you know the guy in Dragon's Den who did Reggae Sauce? I thought that was
Yeah,
Bob Marley
Levi
at first.
Roots.
That's just racism.
That's not racist.
Like,
Levi Roots is Bob Marley.
I've just not
Like, the
ever
thing is,
seen
if
Bob
you-
Marley
if-
that much.
If you ever watch like that Dragon's Den thing, like he comes on, he performs his like reggae sauce song, and then they go like, "Oh, what's your name?" He goes, "My name's Levi Roots," and they go, "Okay, but what's your real name?" He's like, "Dennis."
It's like, no, it's Kevin.
Kevin, is that his name?
Yeah.
Kevin.
Something like that, yeah.
it's like saying, oh, when I was playing Ghost of Tsushima, Lord Sakai, I thought it was played by Jackie Chan.
What the fuck?
Jackie Chan's Chinese.
Exactly.
Not even Japanese. Oh my
Exactly.
fucking god.
You'd mean like Bruce Lee.
There's notable differences
No.
between a Japanese and a Chinese person.
Yes, I know, but I'm saying that's like the same comparison between the Reggae Sauce Man and Bob Marley.
Yes. So I had an interesting experience with this album.
You're about to say bad, I felt like.
In that
Were you going to say bad, Will?
I wasn't going to say bad, no. In that I never really wanted to listen to it ever.
Is it that guy?
But when I did, it was alright. It was alright in parts. Like, some of it's just alright. There's nothing amazing on it, like, at all. But the songs that I like, I actually do like. But it's just a lot of nothing. Like, the majority of it is nothing.
I wouldn't say that at all.
Would you say it's the most nothing album that we've ever had?
Not the most nothing, but just a lot of it is just nothing.
I think both of you saying it's just nothing because you hear the sound of it, don't like it, so you're not even really like trying. You don't want to hear it, so you're just like, it's nothing.
See, for me, there's a
No.
big difference between a nothing album and a bad album.
Yes.
And I think this for me was bad, not nothing. It was because nothing means that it was all just meh, but it wasn't just meh. It was bad.
Do you need to clear your
So I
throat?
didn't.
No, I'm adding gristle in my throat to make my words more
I'm
meaningful.
I'm intimidated.
Yeah.
Roll a d20 on that.
Fucking
It's a
20.
20.
It's a 20.
Oh.
Nat 20.
You got a nat 20.
I got a nat 20.
On intimidation.
I did.
Yeah. All right. So Denver backs off and doesn't insult his throat anymore. Joe spends the entire rest of the session talking in grizzle voice.
Just quit the nicotine, Joe.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Fucking
I'm gonna
bitch.
sound like Marge Simpson soon.
Oh, me. Merge. Homer. The kids are asleep.
Oh my god.
That's so scary.
Maggie shot Mr. Burns.
She did.
9/11.
Simpsons predicts the future, you know.
9/11 was an inside job.
So, the one thing I would say that was redeeming about this album is there's some very catchy songs on it, whether you liked it or not. Like, a lot of the songs were sticking in my head, even though, like, they weren't amazing. There was definitely some, like, catchy parts of songs. And that's mainly my reason for my top 3 for liking them, is because they were actually, like, sticking in my head, like, which is a credit to the writing, really. But then, in terms of, like, instrumentally, I feel like the only parts I actually liked was the fucking bass. The bassist, it probably was Hayley that just did the bass, I don't know. But a lot of the bass lines were fucking insane, I thought. Everything else above that was kind of a bit underwhelming. But some of the bass in, like, nearly every song I fucking loved, which really saved it for me.
I wouldn't say they were amazing, but I definitely agree that the bass was decent.
Bass lines are always, like, really well written, at least. Like
that wasn't even something that popped out to me.
No? Like,
no, not at all.
I feel like it's one of the main reasons for liking certain songs is because of the bass line. But then you probably wouldn't notice that until you really just, like, listen to it without it being in the background kind of thing. I don't know. It's just such a weird experience because I never wanted to listen to it, like I say, but, like, when I did, it just wasn't as bad as I thought. But I wouldn't put this in a playlist necessarily because I just feel like you have to be in
album review playlist.
You have to be in the right mood for it completely, because it's all very, like, chill and vibey, and there's nothing really, like, there's maybe, like, 1 or 2 that are upbeat, but that's about it. But worst for me was Cinnamon, because the vocals were just fucking hard to listen to. They, like, it's fucking, the droniness of it.
I actually found that weirdly catchy.
I fucking hate the droniness to it.
It's really shit, but I found it really catchy in a bad way. It would really get you, you know?
But then, again, the bass was, like,
you need some
really
water,
good in
Joe?
that.
Am I still a bit...
You just sound like you've got something in your mouth.
Well, I've not.
Is it cum?
God.
The Keanu Reeves video. Why do you come?
I've seen that.
In Night City, what makes you a criminal? Getting cock.
That's a legit video, by the way, Will.
Fuck me! That's a legit video. What's wrong with you?
If I want your body, I'll fuck it.
Oh, God. Third for me, Sudden Desire. Probably the best vocals on the album, to be honest. I can't remember if that was the one that sounded the most Paramore. I can't remember which one it was.
No.
I can't remember which one it was. Hang on, bear with
I
me.
wouldn't sound many of them sound very Paramore.
No, maybe
I think there was, like,
Crystal
one that
Clear,
sounded
maybe?
Pure Love sounded quite like Paramore, but like the newer Paramore stuff.
Yes, that's the one. Pure Love, which isn't actually in my top 3. But that was like an honourable mention kind of thing.
Well, it was kind of about that, though, wasn't it? It was
Yes.
it was like a throwback to the Paramore times.
But yeah, Sudden Desire, I just thought it had, like, the best vocals on the album, and again, really nice bass line. Second was Dead Horse. Not the best lyrics, but just generally catchy, and I love the 80s feel to it.
Reggae.
But first for me was actually Over Yet. I think it's just, like, the most happy, uplifting, and I love the 80s vibe to it, and it's got a great bass line. And
it's because you kept saying, "Oh God, is the album over yet?"
Yeah, pretty much. No.
It sounds like a fucking, like, Girls Aloud song or some shit.
What does?
It sounds like Love Machine. If it were Love Machine.
Yeah,
that's a good song, mate.
Yeah, but, like, it just sounds like that.
Is it? Oh,
well, Over Yet.
Yeah, like if you go to, like, just
it does sound very
in,
girls bandy.
Yeah,
like girl band. It's just like a bit more. It's got a bit more about it for me. Like there's just a bit more. It's just like not uplifting, but what's the word? I can't think of the word.
I would say it's upbeat, that one though.
Upbeat is probably not up, but it's just I don't know. The album's just so weird. I had such a weird experience. I don't know what I really think to it even now. Like I don't hate it, but I don't like it
weak.
particularly.
It's a weak album.
Yeah, probably. I wanted so much more when she released this, but it's just there's a lot of just nothing really, and I don't think anything is terrible. Like it's all fairly listenable with parts of vocals that aren't like in Cinnamon, but like it's just good background music, and that's about it. It's not good like to just listen to. I can't
wait till Denver comes in and goes like, "You're all wrong. I've read all of the lyrics and it tells a story of sadness."
I have read almost all the lyrics.
Some of the lyrics are quite meaningful, but some of them aren't the best, like, written. But yeah, I don't know. Weird experience.
It definitely takes a certain kind of person to enjoy this album.
Yeah. I don't know.
But that
just not for me. It's not for me,
Joe.
really. Not for me.
Oh no, that person is definitely not Joe.
Hi.
Go, Joe.
I'm gonna start.
No, you're not. You're the third person.
Ha
By saying
ha!
that
You loved it.
not that great.
Not that great.
I think the first song, and obviously it's kind of spoiling my favorite song, but the first song was good, and then the rest of it,
spoilers,
and then it didn't really get much better from there.
Spoilers, Simmer is the best song.
It didn't exactly go on a downward spiral, but it just never really got any better, and this was a bit shit. To be honest, it was a bit. That's my official quote. A bit shit. That's it. I feel weird because like you guys all been saying like your least favorite song is Cinnamon. Whereas I thought Creepin' was way worse, and that is my worst song.
Cinnamon just sounded horrible. Though.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Creepin' at least
but Creepin'
had some
sounded
okay in it, but then it went to the "What you creeping round?"
which is completely. At least Cinnamon is like at least consistent. Whereas
Yeah, but it's
Creepin' just has this.
consistently bad. Like yeah, like
But Creepin' just has this it just ruins it, and it is just like I find the chorus in Cinnamon better than the chorus in Creepin', and that is why.
why are you creeping around here?
It reminds me of that Billie Eilish song, Crown.
Crowning? Why are you crowning around here?
You know, no, let me run the crown.
What?
That bit.
Money.
You know which bit I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you mean.
that song reminds me of that a little bit, which is good.
A little bit.
But to change the topic very quickly, I think What? What are you laughing at?
I just expected Joe to go on a hard tangent there, like
I
something
thought you were just
completely
gonna say something
irrelevant.
like,
to change the
I've got
topic.
this really big growth on my tongue.
That's
You
so
made me
bad.
worry after saying the Bob
That
Marley.
that is so bad. And he's just like, I think God will take care of it. Denver, that is fucked up.
I would have respected that play so much. And I just thought about it and laughed to myself.
Well, you laughed pretty damn loud.
Oh,
You
God,
did.
Sorry.
It's
Sorry,
all right.
Carry on.
I think.
Denver, stop having a good time, for God's sake.
Yeah, no
This
fun
is
allowed.
album review, alright? Not fun review.
I think the thing is, but this is kind of because this album doesn't really apply to that. Is that I think you know how I've been trying to get you guys into metal music this whole time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you?
I think the opposite is happening with me. And
You hate metal now.
No, but I'm starting to listen to a lot less of it.
About to.
Oh,
a
you're
lot less of
finally
it.
growing out of your fucking teenage
I'm
angst
definitely not growing out of it because
Yeah, alright.
it's still like my favorite music type. But I'm starting to listen to a lot more like I'm listening to a lot of Youngblood now. I'm listening to a lot of Machine Gun Kelly. Like I've been introduced to these things and you know I'm going back into my indie phase. So I'm listening to Catfish again. You know it's happening, boys. But
Do you think it's also because you said your favourite album like last year was Monomania? And that's quite a soft in terms of metal.
it is, yeah. It's more like a hard rock type of thing. You know, but I love Bring Me the Horizon's new thing. And they're doing.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I might need a sip of water.
Go drink some water.
I might need a sip of water. But yeah, I'm listening to a lot less heavy stuff. Not that I don't like the heavy stuff anymore. I love it still. But I'm just listening to a lot less of it. It's becoming a thing. Like Aidan, listening to a lot of that at the minute. It's changing me. But then this album happened. And it reminded me how good metal music was.
Oh, fuck off.
Compared to this shit, where she literally just doesn't make an effort throughout the whole album. She's just like, is it maybe like one or two songs where she like actually like kind of belts her voice out, but the rest is just so held back, and it's like it doesn't suit her. But I don't know whether that's because I'm so used to Paramore or I don't know. But and just like the choices of the notes that she did in her voice just didn't make sense. I'm going again. It didn't make sense.
What is this?
This is just smoking. It's finally catching up to him.
Something
wrong, Black Lung.
My third and second favourite song on this album changed quite a lot throughout the listens, and I still not know if I'm sure. I still not know if I'm sure that this is what I want to go for. But I'm gonna go for it because I'm stuck in it.
Me when I'm a detective. Sorry.
My third favourite was Sudden Desire.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which I think is a fair one. It was between that, Dead Horse, and Pure Love. Pure Love was definitely up there for me. I really liked that one. I think the Pure Love was more of like an actual song. You know? Yeah, it felt like an actual song. I felt like this album was it was very weird, wasn't it? It was purposely weird. There you go. That's another statement. This album, purposely weird.
Put that shit on a mug.
Put that shit on CME. Is that a thing? CME? Is that a magazine?
Okay, what was your second favourite, sorry?
I've not said it yet.
Oh, I thought you said, like...
No, he threw some honourable mentions out there.
Oh, okay, I'll delete that
then. But I've got weird honourable mentions. I just like songs that I just deemed as really weird. And that was Cinnamon. Really, really weird, but not too bad.
Awful.
And then Sugar on the Rim, also very weird song.
Really, really bad song, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like weird and bad are coming into the same category. Yeah.
I'm surprised no one's mentioned like Roses, Lotus, Violet, Iris.
That was just kind of lo-fi. I kind of like that.
Yeah, I didn't hate it.
Roses. And it went on for so long.
It did, but like it still wasn't half as bad as fucking.
That's definitely one of the songs where Will was writing like the bass line carried like that. My second favourite was Crystal Clear.
Yeah. Good one.
Yeah. Good end to the album as well. It redeemed a little bit of my sanity. Maybe not the album. It had kind of like a I'm going again. It had kind of like a romantic vibe, I thought.
Denver, what's Crystal Clear about?
I didn't actually look up that one.
Fake fan.
I know each like CD has like kind of a theme.
Right, so what's the theme of the third one?
The third one's like accepting who you are and moving forward, sort of thing.
Cinnamon.
What's the first one then?
Is that why she's putting sugar on her rib?
Yeah, to make it sweeter.
Yeah.
I would eat Hayley's ass.
The first one's like I think about like a darker past and depression.
And the second one's
like a transition,
like a feeling of hopelessness, and being lost, and being stuck in what you do.
It's like the first CD is like her problems. The second is like her dealing with the problems, and then the third is like
acceptance,
coming out of the problems, sort of thing.
Did anyone watch any of the music videos at all?
All of them.
Because I was like, I watched the music videos when they came out, like almost a year ago now, is it? Like some of the singles.
You saw them live.
It was like May.
There was like a really weird one where she turns into like a butterfly.
Yeah, that's in Leave It Alone.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. the music videos in themselves are just very odd.
But now
you're
attracted to butterflies.
Not saying that's a bad thing, but they were just very odd.
The music video for Pure Love is like it's just a compilation of fan videos from like when she's touring with Paramore.
That's pretty cool.
You ever thought it was weird that people like catch butterflies and just pin them to a bit of chalkboard?
Study them.
Also,
see if they turn back into a caterpillar.
The one for Cinnamon
I must capture this eternal beauty by like Jesusing it, impaling it on a bit of wood.
It's no different to like when people hunt there and then they stuff the animals and put it up on a wall.
Taxidermy.
Yeah.
The one for
I suppose,
Cinnamon is... Sorry, go on.
No, Joe, we're still talking about dead animals here.
For fuck's sake.
Like a dead horse, for instance.
Beat it like a dead horse.
Do you imagine having a taxidermied horse in your house?
I fucking hate horses, so that's never happening.
Yeah, but it'd be a cool sofa, wouldn't it? You just like jump up on the horse.
No, it just terrifies me, to be honest.
Why do you hate horses? Are you afraid of being kicked by them because they're quite big?
Yeah, I did nearly get kicked by one when I was younger. And ever since, I'm terrified of them.
Scarred you.
It has, honestly.
I mean, I never used to think I was scared of horses, and then I went with Joe to help him with that one, and like I was like, oh god, yeah, no, they're terrifying. Even this tiny horse is terrifying.
I just feel like you can never judge how they're feeling.
Well, they've just got cold, dead eyes.
Yeah, they are.
Joe can sense them.
But at the same time,
knows.
I hate how they're treated at races and things, so... It's like, I hate them, but like, I love them from a distance. Like, you know, they're just, they're doing their thing, but don't go near me, please. Go away.
I mean, so would you say the best horse is a dead
horse?
Yeah.
What about Xenobite?
As long as you didn't kill it.
The best horse.
Well, no, I don't want him dead. I'm just saying, don't come near me, please.
Leave it alone.
Leave me alone.
Me when I see children.
I hope so.
Leave it alone.
No, I'm saying I don't want them dead.
And your first favourite is Simmer?
My first favourite is cinema. Cinema.
Cinema. Let's go to the cinema, boys.
Not only did you say it wrong, but your voice went off again.
I was just saying, everyone's going to think I've got COVID or something, aren't they?
What is actually going on with you?
Oh yeah,
are you okay?
They're just like, ooh, Joe's got COVID. Ooh.
All the comments.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, Joe okay? What? Sounds like he's got COVID. No, he just smokes.
What I was going to say is the music video for Cinnamon literally fucking scared the shit out of me.
For Cinnamon?
Mm-hmm.
Right, what's the music video?
It's really scary. It's like all these like people in costumes coming after her.
Oh, yeah. It's just a bit weird. And then she starts dancing.
It's cool because it's supposed to be about like, it's being afraid in your own home and its emptiness, and then becoming comfortable in it and being freed by the solitude. That was a comment on the YouTube video. Of Cinnamon. Yeah, yes.
And here I was thinking that Joe had actually had an insightful thought. No,
you didn't.
No, he's just reading some shit.
Well, my first favorite is Simmer. I thought that was definitely the best on the album. Something I would actually listen to as well. Not the best thing in the world, but it had the best chorus and just everything about it was all right. That was my review. Not really a big fan of this. I'm not probably ever going to listen to it again.
Wrong. Because I'm adding a new segment for album review where it's re-listen to an album we've listened to before.
Yeah,
we're going to make a second channel. Just
we can oppose this.
Review 2, and we.
I already am opposing this.
We just listen to this album.
We listened to Hayley Williams' Petals for Alma, but for 4 weeks, and see if you rate it better or worse over the time.
I love it.
I think by the end of it, I'd rate it at 0.
Or it gets to a point where you go 0 and then you go, actually, you get like Stockholm syndrome. It's like,
and then you
I can't not listen to the album.
1.
I thought this album was interesting.
Oh.
It's very just like, it feels like, because knowing like the back into it, how she was like going through all these things of like, it was almost just like an expression, a lot of these songs, but not in terms of the way they sound. The expression I felt was more in terms of the lyrics. And then she kind of wrote these songs, and then her producers and other people behind the scenes, like what's his name, Taylor York from Paramore, did a lot of the producing and backing tone. So like the sound of the song, I feel like was just experimental. They're just like, let's try and make every song sound different and just try wacky things. And they weren't really too bothered about if it was, I don't know, bad or not. Like, it just feels like they're just experimenting to hell. And they were probably like, oh yeah, this is good, but they probably didn't realize it's not good, it's just different. And different isn't always better.
Oh.
No, they
well, he said the thing. Well, he said the thing.
So it feels like you're listening to this album and it's just like, I guess it's just Hayley Williams' like expression of like therapy to like get through her issues. I feel like, although I didn't like the sound of a lot of the songs, I do think it's still very well produced. And like it kept like it wasn't like a mess to listen to each individual song. You'd be like, I just don't like that sound that they've gone for.
Oh no, they're still fuck shit. They're still definitely like really well put together, professionally done type of thing.
Many like funky beats in there, like definitely an older vibe, I think, in a lot of the songs. An interesting album format in terms of the 3 CDs thing. I thought that was quite interesting, especially the way she released them, because even though they were released sort of as EPs, it was always known that they was going to make an album. So it's just each EP was like a theme, and then together it made the album. What?
Nothing. Carry on.
Yeah, you shut the fuck up.
No, I want to hear what we'll have to say now.
No, nothing. I don't have anything to say. Just thinking.
Is it something to do with EPs?
Just remembering.
And...
Yeah, but this was always made to be an album. That EP was not made to be an album.
How do you know? Do you know?
I do know.
Did you ask Aidan yourself?
What, are you Mr. Eden?
I still think he's just jealous because I picked a decent album.
Why would he be jealous? He didn't pick this album.
You missed.
He's just jealous.
Yeah, you're jealous, mate. I didn't pick it.
Jealous.
Yeah, you're jealous.
As if like album reviews a competition.
Well, if it was a competition, Will picked an even better album the week after.
Oh, yikes. How do you feel about that, Joe? Jealous.
Did he?
Yes.
Well, yeah, last week's was a 30. Yours didn't make a 30.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. What was it? Was it up there?
Youngblood.
No, Joe's album.
It was 26.5, your one.
It was close.
Wait, who shit on it?
Denver, because he was jealous.
Ah, he's jealous.
If I did that, I'd give every fucking album like a 1. And KSI would be the highest rated album of all time.
If you were honest, yes.
If you were honest.
Yeah, so I feel like this
that
album is
was
just
hot trash.
a album of just pure self-expression. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a banger of an album. I feel like scattered throughout this, there are good songs, but then followed by just either meh or don't like the sound of that song, because it was just so all over. And I don't know whether the songs I did like, I really like, but I don't know whether that's just because they were on an album with stuff that I really didn't like, or whether they were actually really good songs. It was difficult to sound.
That's nice, a potential contrast. It's like you deliberately add terrible songs on your album to make the better ones stand out.
Yeah, because I would say, like, there's a handful of songs on here. I mean, songs that weren't in my top 3 that I did like was Dead Horse, I thought was really good. Taken, I thought was really good. And Why We Ever, I thought was really good. But Why We Ever does go on a bit. A lot of the rest, Simmer and Leave It Alone were also okay. But I've heard Simmer too much, and Leave It Alone was weird in bits. It was honestly, when I was listening to Simmer and Leave It Alone at the start of the album, I'd be like, is this like as good as it gets? Like, and if that's as good as it gets, then this really isn't a good album. But luckily, throughout, I did prefer much other songs. Much other songs.
Hi, I'm Denver, and this is Much Other Songs. The
But
show
my least
where
favourite-
we talk about songs, much of which are other.
My least favourite was Cinnamon. It was just horrible to listen to.
Yeah.
along with Roses I really didn't like because it felt like it droned on. But then there was another song, Sugar on the Rim, I also didn't really like the sound of either. Like those 3 songs, whenever they were on, they were like that was hard to like keep listening to those. Top 3 though, I all really like these top 3, including some of the other ones I mentioned previously. Third was Pure Love. Love like the message behind that song, but it also had a nice hook. It's a feel-good song. And it's sort of about her looking back on it's like her pure love for the fans of like Paramore and her in the past. So I just thought it was a really nice, upbeat song. Second favourite was Sudden Desire, because it has these funky undertones, and then it has this great contrast between like a vocal range in that song. Like it starts off like quite low and shallow, and then it just peaks up dramatically, where she just starts like screaming it out. So it really stood out because of that. And then number 1 was Over Yet. Love the chorus hook. Really, although it was more of the whole chorus. It was one of the few songs that just from listening to it without reading the lyrics, I very quickly picked up like the whole chorus and could sing along to it. And that again has a nice contrast between these shallow verses and then picks up during the choruses. So it really stood out to me as like a really good song. And it wasn't just like, it didn't sound like an experimental mess like some of the others did. Well, experimental, not mess, because none of the songs were messes, but experimental, I don't know. It just sounded way better than some of the other songs.
I just love the 80s feel behind that song.
I'm going to be honest, I didn't like... I've just been sitting here self-reflecting. I didn't like this album. I didn't like reviewing this album. And now, subsequently, I didn't even like talking about my review of the album.
And also, you picked the album, so this is your own fault.
My album.
Yep.
I told you this would happen. I told you this would happen. It happens every time it comes to your pick. You go, oh, I'm going to regret this.
Yeah, because I sound like that, don't I?
Yeah, but I think, to me at least, yes, I wouldn't say this album's great, but there's a few songs on here that if we had not listened to the album, I wouldn't have ever heard them really, and I really like them.
Yeah. I would have been better off not hearing any of these songs. My life wouldn't have changed.
I agree.
I don't know.
If anything, now I'm wondering if people are creeping round here, and that scares me.
Ratings?
No. Yeah, okay, sorry. Say that again. Hardcore. Go.
Ratings.
2.
Jesus. 5.
3.5.
5.5.
It just does not deserve those ratings.
What do you mean Jesus will? Like, in anywhere in my review, was it ever apparent that I was going to give it anything more than, like, just shit?
Well, I thought he'd give it a 3, just not a 2, that was all.
It was terrible. It was just so nothing. There was nothing to it.
There's some good stuff on there.
There was just nothing.
It scores 16.
Oh, that's bad. What metal albums does that compare to?
I mean, you rated all the metal albums 9, Joe.
Yeah, the trouble is all the metal albums was skyrocketed by you.
Yeah, no, but they still like...
another 16. Oh, here we go. Metal album that scored 16 was While She Sleeps, You Are We. And you gave that an 8.5.
That's a good album.
No, that was terrible.
That was a great album.
Aidan gave that a 1.5.
It does not deserve a 1.5. It's fantastic. You know what? I sit in the car listening to these things, and I just think, how could the guys not like this? This is amazing. This has got to score something good because it's so good.
Joe,
and then you come here and give it a 1.5.
Stabbing children with ice picks.
It's not. It's so intricately put together.
No, it isn't. You can't intricately put together someone fucking dropping a fridge off a building.
The fact you can't say intricately shows me that you shouldn't have an opinion on it. Intricately. That's amazing.
Fuck.
Also, albums that scored 16. The Weeknd, My Dear Melancholy.
That was bad.
Neck Deep, Rain in July.
That was also pretty bad.
Both of those were back to back as well.
Damn.
And then, a Wage War scored 15.
Wait,
what did Joe rate that?
I didn't rate that very high. It was not the best Wage War album.
He didn't rate
7.
it very high. I mean, 7's still pretty high.
But the rest of it gave it 2, 3, and 3.
Who gave it a 2?
You did.
Yes, good. I need to keep up my reputation of hating music.
Such reckless hate.
Well, they don't call me Mr. Reckless for nothing, with a capital R.
What's the next album, boys?
The next album is Don Broco, Technology.
Yes! Yes!
Has it been 540? I mean, yeah, I guess it has.
It has,
Technology. What is that? What is that image? It's just a dog poking
This
his
one's
head
got
through.
to come out to a later on it, though.
It's not a dog, it's a gorilla. It's a dog.
No, that's definitely a dog.
Any closing thoughts there, Joe?
Did you know that riding a roller coaster may help you pass a kidney stone?